the annoying squawkers.
You're the only person that I've met that has a thing for grass geckos squawking. I've never seen anybody complain about that before. I was going to put... Oh, great. They nice updated everything.
Oh, cool. Somebody somebody farmed Oasis.
Now that I'm back, I need to find a job.
You have anything lined up?
Yes, Antline is kill.
Well, the place that my mom was like, hey, they're hiring. I asked her about it, and now she's like, no, they aren't hiring.
Oof.
I'm really hoping I can get into GameStop. I probably won't, because everyone wants to work at GameStop.
Really? I thought there were like a whole bunch of horror stories about GameStop online.
So how do you make that? How do you make
Where's my Chester here?
How do you make the flower salads?
Vegetables.
4 veg.
And a cabbage flour.
Yep.
And 1 flour. Oh, PSI says it's 2.5 veggies. That's just about the same, isn't it? Because... Wait, does the flour count as one of the veggies? I forget the...
Yeah, it does.
Could you get out of Icebox if you're just gonna be window shopping?
I just can't tell when Fiveless is memeing on me and when he's actually being sincere. Thanks for the host, though. I'll go and get more light bulbs, I guess.
I got it. Heck.
You one-shot our mole. So why did you need a hammer?
Because I wanted to try and catch it to make models.
Hey, Aline, you hungry?
Yeah.
Shall I go to the Pig King and...
Now?
Yep. If you want to.
Now, or do you need more? You need more hunger.
Wait, I have meatballs. And by that, I mean bacon and egg. Hey look, it's autumn!
Yeah.
Upgraded the base? I'm not sure.
What?
What do you mean by upgraded the base? We've added a little bit more to it, I suppose. But then again, stuff is burned down as well, so we've also subtracted.
Hey, Mike, get back here. So we gonna go hunting for ruins?
Oh wait, hold on. I should probably bring my backpack. Yeah, that's the plan.
Alright. What's in Chester is my question.
What is your Chester doing when you're not looking?
Taking items from another person.
I should adjust my Discord, I think, so that way it doesn't pick up my keys as easily.
To be honest, I don't really hear them.
I crashed!
Taunt.
Did you
Oh,
guys
but-
Don't hear because it's dead inventory now. Plus the sound tooth.
I just killed a beefalo and got a horn.
Awesome.
Yeah, if we were going into winter, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's always nice to have extra beefalo hats.
I would like to get started on the runes, but I'm not sure what I want to bring. I've never really done it before with Maxwell.
Shadow miners are what you need.
No, I mean explore and clear out the ruins.
Armor, no backpack, not at all, never.
Yeah, but I
Is
mean,
anyone-
because I'm Maxwell, should I go Shadow?
Do you plan on mining up the, what's its names?
No, I'm planning on
Statues?
exploring it.
Ah, frack, I forgot.
Then no shadows.
No, I meant Shadow Armor.
I was gonna say, I forgot.
Oh.
Camera,
Aline, can you
yeah.
please stop interrupting this guy in the middle of the cooler in the middle of him saying
I forgot the Tammo. Should we go back for it?
nah, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I
Why would you want a breezy vest to begin with?
Better than nothing.
There's a puffy vest. It's sitting right by the base. Just
Oh, hey,
if you need one, you can use that.
So
Are we really out of logs?
The barrier for insulation pack or give somebody a
We have
happy.
16 I just put away.
Okay, I've got to go and get some more logs then, I guess.
We are really set back from everything burning, remember?
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm doing next.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Wait, did my book burn as well?
There's actually a bunch.
No, there it is.
No, it's over by the hearts.
I have it.
Yeah, insulated
Good night,
packs
Fivos.
Not very good, in my opinion.
It's actually pretty bad. I mean, its only perk is if you want to preserve spores before you kill Queen Bee.
Wait, what's very bad?
The insulated pack.
Oh, yeah.
Would you,
But yeah, it's really only before Queen Bee.
Actually, I would not store spores in bundling wrap because when you let them out, they just go all over the place.
Oh yeah, true. Which actually makes them rot extremely fast anyways.
yeah, don't they take like less than a minute, I think?
On the ground, yes.
If you store them, they'll last a while.
So just slip on
Couple
the
days.
top of that.
So technically, the insulated pack is only good if you're applying on mass mushroom plantation.
Okay. We do need more food.
Alright, I already have a full stack.
We had 4 stacks of items rot.
Oh. That explains where
Okay,
some
so
of
you
it
wanna
went.
head- Oh, I think I see the wild biome over there. There's a pool.
I'm bringing home 30 gold.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, did you sell my gnome?
What?
Did you sell my gnome?
I don't remember what I...
I totally didn't sell it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Was it with the rest of the gold items?
It was by the other trinkets, yes.
Yes.
Gnomes are bad luck anyway.
I just don't we have like 50 telltale hearts.
Well, I should actually get my mining helmet back now that it's autumn.
But you also gotta realize that we don't have booster shots.
We have to stuff them.
No, we
yeah,
don't.
we do have a lot of stuff.
Who?
to make
We have no niter.
Somebody take my mining helmet.
We're in the cage, and I think I
We
Okay.
have 12 stingers PSI, and it was what's Frisk. Did you take the miner hat?
yeah.
How is it
That
that
was
nobody
raisins.
made bee boxes today or this summer?
Missing mine.
This is
Because we
illegal.
haven't had the silk.
It doesn't cost so.
Bug net?
bee hives,
I'm gonna grab
bee boxes.
Do you want me to kill spiders?
Kill the spiders by Queen Bee.
Hey, put it up. Back full. Back.
Yeah.
I need to eat first though, because my computer's getting hot.
Oh, it's a full moon.
Oh darn, I forgot mine.
I'm going out to get bees.
Better
So if we're
late than
looking
never.
for roads, what direction you want to go? North or
Let's just go this way.
northwest?
Let's go this way.
Going north by northwest like Alfred Hitchcock.
When will Berger show up?
Very sure.
Given the state of my servers, it'll probably be just before winter starts.
Yep.
Normally I see him spawn on day 3 bottom.
You gotta realize this is Raisin server.
We haven't had a normal Berger spawn in a long time. I'm not sure
Pretty
what
sure
causes it.
Wildfire is 2 hour, right?
Just
Oh.
there.
Tide pools are exclusive to the wild biomes, right?
Tide pools?
The fishing spot.
Yes.
Right,
I don't know, for some reason I thought they're
also
just called
by,
ponds.
Toadstool.
I found some. I'm in there.
Down south.
Snowy West. Easiest character.
Why, is he
Assuming you're good at-
overcharged?
No.
Without overcharge.
I'll go follow them, I guess. If you kill the Qualifin, or I'll kill the Qualifin if you can go get spiders.
Mine?
Since you're closer.
No.
Like, oh, like,
No, I have 40.
that wire.
They're
What-
by me.
What happened to the mining helmets, by the way? Did everybody
Frisk
have
said
one?
he took them.
Oh, okay.
One.
Because if I ever do get a chance to go down there, I'd like a mining helmet, I think.
Yeah, mine helmets.
Go to the Oasis at night to collect fireflies if you truly need one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we should probably make more mining hats.
Then go this way.
We made 5 so far, so what happened to them?
Oh, hey, there's a top hat right here.
I have not touched it.
Yeah.
14.
It's an Eukos.
Ew.
Not coming back.
And it's right next to base.
Ew.
Somebody gather the pit armies, I guess.
Can someone, like, just help me to not get stuck in the coop and I'll kill it?
Okay, I'm over there. As soon as I kill this
Why are we
shadow
running?
creature.
Crap.
You run to the depth worms. Not away.
Sick.
I'm coming.
Hey, look, buddy man. We can use them to fight.
World regrowth is happening over by Bee Queen.
Why, what popped back up?
5 trees.
Did I chop down a bunch of them?
Is what?
I don't know.
Not a hammer or something?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wait.
And why is this Talbert so mad at me? I didn't even steal its egg.
On it.
Gotta do that one.
Ooh, gunpowder boom.
You get carrots so that they don't.
Would you, like, get me out of the slime?
Ew.
Thanks, Raisin.
Well, I mean, it's dead. That is dead.
Well, at least it's gonna go back to the surface with bunny pump.
Holy, didn't they farm all of this?
What?
Wasn't this entire forest cut down over here?
It was replanted by another Maxwell.
Not like this.
Yeah, it was. They randomly placed pine cones from what I saw.
Why would you do that?
They said that they felt bad how many trees were missing.
I didn't.
Monument to the rescue.
Well, our secondary local Maxwell did, so that's why.
Okay. It'd be nice
Now
if
I'm
they just
going to
planted
continue
it
to make
normally.
bunny men
Yes, see what's happening. Yes. You're actually doing a really good job.
Yeah, this is why most people just deal with death worms using bunny men.
Yeah, because they can just. They can all just gang up on it.
I guess I'll turn off the flingos since everyone else forgot.
So many-
Well, if we have a hound that goes through the base, it could be catastrophic. It depends. We have to make sure everybody knows that when hounds are here, you gotta leave the base.
Or turn off the flingos in base.
No, leave base.
Okay.
We have
Easier said than
grass
done.
geckos. Due to the fact we have grass geckos, hounds will automatically try eating them, breaking their pen, and making the squawkers leave their pen.
The designated squawking
Yeah, I know.
grounds.
I saw this earlier.
Oh my god, they killed
No, shoot!
one. Let me.
Yeah, welcome
I had meat on me.
Uh,
You have a spider.
PSI, did you really replant the spider den?
At least turn my lamp off.
So what would be a good setup for insta karma with bunny men?
Yeah, but I already used it.
I don't know.
Because I was
I was
thinking,
just asking.
Well, there's a really good way to like get revenge on Bunnyman for killing you. You have to carry around a shit ton of angry bees in your inventory.
oh no, I was thinking about bad insta karma for
Okay,
you.
somebody, pair a bunch of angry bees for me.
I think that's clever.
I'm gonna go back to the surface and get rest, and I'll be back.
Alright. I'm getting a bunch of bunny men. I'm just gonna start a war.
Okay then. Once they're all dead, yeah, you can take all the meat. Bunny puff, delicious. Just make sure they're all dead first.
Oh, I'm gonna burn all of them. I'm just gonna have them all take on.
Well, the good news is, if I'm going back to surface, I can bring the Tamo Shanty down.
Oh, jeez, we've got nightmare bunny men. Like, destroy this thing.
Yeah, they do.
Well, the Bee Queen farm area is almost done with the walls.
That's good news.
Oh my god, there's like 100 of them following me.
And my sanity is being destroyed by the dead.
So I'm guessing this one we're gonna be fighting the Bee Queen and Bearger. Maybe Dragonfly if you guys are feeling like it. Maybe Ancient Guardian if we find the ruins.
I've kind of given up hope that we'll get anything done. There's too much inefficiency going on.
Remind me the next time that I go down to the caves to bring some telltales.
I just killed a Qualifin.
It's just a lack of everything.
True.
Anytime I need to get some resource, it's like we're out of it. Like, where's my mining helmet? Oh, I left it there, but somebody went and took it. Yay, now I have to go look for that. Then I'll need something else that somebody happened to take along the way. And it's just chasing after things before you can get anything done. Half of it's my fault and half of it's people picking up things that I expected to be there when I got back. No, mining helmet's just the most recent example.
Well,
I had a mining helmet. Colleen made me one.
Oh wow, we have a lot of people. I guess it wouldn't hurt to kill them.
let me know where they lead at.
So many people.
Okay, I'm still up with space now. Now I may not be son, but certainly is going to die. Yes, now I may not be starving. Oh, guys, I found a shortcut.
Where is it?
We
Oh.
have a wormhole by base that goes to the
Yeah.
Do we?
Where's the wormhole?
in the desert.
So I'm just gonna sit around by the telltale pile now.
Why? Oh, you're waiting for somebody to revive you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on my way.
I'm closer.
Unless somebody else needs the sand.
Well, no, I actually don't need any sanity.
Right now.
Okay, so if we're getting organized and we want to do bosses, the first thing we need to do is decide which one. We have a problem. We are out of tentacle books. They got burnt last summer when somebody didn't keep the...
Right here.
When people didn't keep the flingos field. So if you want to finish the Bee Queen idea, you're gonna have to go out and get more tentacle spots. I already slaved
Thank
away
you. Thank you.
for them, so I'm tasking somebody else with this.
I'm currently collecting bees for bee boxes.
Okay. Instead of doing the ruins, somebody should just make more tentacle
By the way,
spots.
whatever happened... Oh, wait, sorry. Whatever happened to the Tam O'Shanter that was right here?
Probably someone picked it up due to the fact after summer people use them.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Darn diddly darn.
Have you ever guys stood next to block with a puzzle sash with a Tam O'Shanter on?
No.
It's true city.
It's just Glommer.
Doesn't Glommer...
Yeah, a bit.
I don't know, what does he give when you're right next to him? 8 at the most? Probably less. I don't remember.
Okay, so, Brood over there, you need to sort out your inventory. I need to actually get an inventory.
So what boss are you working towards?
Who's the wise guy who had the backpack in all of our cities?
Wasn't me.
Haven't the foggiest, but I was looking for some silk back in the day. Was it the silk from the chests that was in the backpack, or was this a separate stash?
That was silk from around Bee Queen.
Okay.
Where do we put beard here?
It's in the Bomb Row Kingly chests.
I should steal some of that beard hair.
There's
Wait a
only
minute. That was weird.
Then I shall get more by hunting bunnies.
It's... Remember Maxwell? Maxwell has a hard time going insane.
I don't know where the bunny's home is. Is he just a rabid bunny? I think he's just a wild bunny.
literally just go to Bee Queen, and then you go to the thing that's underground nearby that.
Wow, it's been a long time since we got one of these
Do
things.
we have it any nighter?
No, it got all burnt. Whoops. That's not something you want to do right there.
Well, we have
Is so lonely.
Okay. Like you're really quiet.
Oh, thanks. Looking for some flower salads right now. Well, at least we still have,
Oh, you
yeah.
we have 5 niter.
How much did you need?
We have 5 niter. You guys buy.
Well, I remember a lot of it got burnt. The stuff that was in the chests all burned.
well, I mean, is it, I forget, is Snyder's flammable?
Yes.
It can be used in flingos.
I'm gonna put the niter in the chest next to the gold. Oh wait, that's what marble is. The chest next to where the marble is. Oh wait, that's the gemstone. I'll just put it.
I am earning
Steel wool.
9 Sammy minutes.
Are you wearing a Tamo?
Yeah, I'm earning
Tamo's 8.
It says 6 plus 10. And
Oh, then I guess it's different from.
If you happen to have a camera changer on, you can have it exactly go back to the caves.
Something comes for me, protect me.
You have a camera, don't you? Why do you have a camera?
I don't, but I do know that Aline has it. Oh yeah, so does PSI.
It says 6.7 sanity a minute.
Racing, quick.
It's 6.7 sanity a minute.
Shut up for the close
For the people who are wondering, what are you doing? Stop giving me this stuff.
clothing.
What?
He wants to be insane. He wants to be insane.
I'm Maxwell, dude.
Hey, so, look, can I have my ammo back then?
Yeah. My biggest problem I know is,
16 meat.
thank you, I can make Elephant trunk
Stop
with
the
this.
morning to you.
I don't even know where the fire pits are anymore. Where did people put them? It's way over here now?
One
Okay.
there, one there, two over here.
Yeah, it's just really all over the place. Haven't been keeping up on my
Sounds like
base
kind
pop
of-
culture.
Alright, where do we put all our sewing kits?
Why do we need more beefalo?
We are out of meat. That's why.
Okay. Since I ate one of the trunks, I'm gonna go ahead and help you with that then.
Can beefalo eat pine cones?
I thought they
Yeah.
only... Wait, you can feed it to them like grass? Why don't people use pine cones then?
It's because it barely gives them any hunger.
Oh, okay. Do
No,
we? I think that's Aline's job.
we do not need any more chests than we have.
Like, yeah, I know, but
It's Aline's job though to work to build the base.
We have no logs for it. Yeah, that's only good for one chest.
Since Aline is the only person besides me who's around here the most, he's in charge of the base.
And I'm currently picking up all the logs that have been decapitated. You've asked me this before and I keep telling you. I'm not telling you because it gets repetitive and if you want me to get pissed off, then that's how.
I just want to say, somebody left the grass gate open again.
Oh my bloody hell!
How does that
And
happen?
it wasn't me.
Bloody fucking hell! Oh, shut it.
I'm just curious. Why don't you listen to what he says? If he says shut the gate, it's a pretty simple thing to remember to do. You see a gate, you open a gate, you shut a gate.
But instead you just leave it wide open.
Well, my problem here is that I don't mind people not understanding how to play the game and stuff, but at least listen, right?
Yeah.
There goes my sword.
So I'm prepared to travel into the caves and bring 2 telltales with me.
Did anyone else notice how they seem to get rid of the naughtiness on the status mod?
It's because it's hard to track in DST.
Because it was bugged. But I just now noticed that.
No, I wasn't familiar with it because I had never used it when I played the single player game, so.
How so?
Your Steve.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I do not get any breaks around here from these tree guards. This one's a full-size one, then. Oh my god!
Do you want me to kill it for you?
No. Oh, those
can revive-
backpacks. I've got to tell a heart. A life-giving
You
hand.
have to be given the heart.
No, I will amulet.
Not that. He said heart. That's why I got confused.
I corrected
noticed
it.
that my sanity wasn't going down while raising was dead.
That's because you're already insane.
No, I'm at 66 sanity.
This is the price you pay for using a backpack. No more
Did you have a
backpacks.
camo on?
No, no sanity.
What? PSI? Yes, I can kite a B-flow.
Can you? I've never seen you do it. PSI is good. What are you talking about?
PSI is better than me.
You can do it.
Never annoyed PSI. Oh boy!
It's getting difficult for me to see with all this dark stuff around here.
Oh, well.
I need to fight somewhere else.
Oh boy, Krampus is getting mad at me.
What have you been killing, Beefalo?
Yes.
So
You
the-
take one, I'll take the other PSI.
One of the big problems I've always had with the crawling horrors is they go about the exact same speed as the tree guards. You just can't get them away.
No. You'd expect them to have some kind of damage buff stuff, but they don't.
Lead them into me.
He stole
I'm not-
some of our meat.
I lost all of my shadows, unfortunately, though.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, I guess
Good
I'm...
thing they're easily replaced.
That's mine.
I think.
I
I'm
dropped
done
it to fight
mining for the day.
Krampus.
We should have enough wood to get us into winter, at least.
I could make a really sad I still about that one thing earlier.
That I just literally made
Okay,
them
this is
go-
not good.
I was gonna say, that's orange shield. This is mine, I stole
How does he... Okay, that's not good at all. When-
So PSI, do you think I could have one of the cameras?
It was my camo he picked up.
There we go.
There he goes again. Ah, res you.
Yeah.
Now I'll just add another telltale to my collection.
I'm just not feeling it, man.
You know what we should always have on us?
Telltales?
A giant chest. I meant to put that in the chest. I had accidentally do it.
A giant.
I just need time away from angry people. They're making me angry. And I contributed to it somewhat because occasionally I'll get upset as well. We're not seeing the progress that we need, and it's mostly because every time I want to do something, there's like 20 steps that I have to complete in front of it. And then the minute, I mean, this is the really bad thing, too. I can't ever be anything but the best. You know? If my behavior deviates even slightly, immediately everybody becomes toxic. That's the way it seems to me. If I use strong language once, immediately it's just rampant throughout the entire server. I was hoping people are a little bit more independently minded, I guess. There's a bunch of umbrellas and stuff in there. Okay, so now I can finally think. I'm gonna try to focus on me doing me. I'm gonna get the resources that I need to take care of myself. So the first thing I need is a life-giving amulet to replace the ones that I had. And guess what? They don't exist. I mean, this was kind of what I was talking about. I haven't had it this bad in a long time. You can rejoin, save yourself? Wait, what's going on?
Waluigi.
What's going on in
Okay.
voice chat?
Fine.
Yeah, I'm glad I left that. It's just too much. Like, I can handle playing with one other person or something, or two, maybe three, but when it's a full room, nobody, here's the problem. I have a rather quiet microphone and nobody will ever turn me up, so they don't hear anything I say, and then they talk and talk and talk and talk. And it's fair enough. I mean, the idea behind voice chat is that you can speak to other people, but try to listen too. This is why I've said I've felt hurt before, is because it seems like I try to have everybody's back, but the minute I need help, there's like nobody there to help me. They sound so put out by it. Okay, guys, I messed up. I made a mistake here. Can you please revive me? Okay. Okay, I'll revive you. If you insist, if you absolutely need a revive. Personally, though, I would rather farm gobblers for the next 5 days, if you don't mind. Like, that's going to be what does it for me. It's when people aren't willing to work together at all. Yeah, it's so selfish. Am I being selfish? Maybe I'm being selfish too. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a bad mood today. I didn't have a good day, to be honest. It felt kind of crappy. I don't think we have any more beard hair. No, it's just the two. Won't be making him the effigy then. Oh well. And I don't think there are any life-giving amulets left. Let me see here. Have I even crafted one? Yeah. I think they've all been used, or somebody put them somewhere I don't know about. Are we out of life-giving amulets?
Tastes like chicken.
There's only 3 that were made, so if you use them all, you use them all.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta get more life-giving amulets. Here we go. We got some red gems. I think the best thing that I can do at this point is actually go down to the caves and try to get myself decked out. And then I'm gonna head down to the caves. Hopefully I'll find the ruins. And that's another thing, right? Nobody seems to be able to get anything done. Myself included. I mean, I'm not excluding myself from that, but like, everybody was exploring the caves and they haven't found the ruins yet? Like, what the hell? How does that happen? If you know, tell me, because it seems like nobody gets anything done. And then I and the lean, to a lesser extent, get stuck with people's, I don't know, crap. And I want to be able to do more than that. Like, I'd like people to learn and whatnot, but I want to do more than just constantly clean up after other people who are goofing off. Like, put some effort in, come on. I want to play with you, but you gotta meet me halfway, right? I gotta go get more reeds, apparently. I think the wormhole is down here. Yeah, food has been a problem once again. We don't have any of the regular food structures in place. There are no bee boxes. There was a berry farm. There's no pig farms. Yeah, every time I mention that somebody should go out and do something, they're all too busy doing something else. There's no coordination. Maybe I do need to have a stronger hand on the server. And actually tell people what to do, but I need to be a lot more organized to do that, because basically what I would be doing is keeping to-do lists for myself and everybody else who's in the server. And I'm not somebody who is good at keeping to-do lists in my mind. I have a hard enough time doing it myself. It's not a strength of mine, which is why I try to... I'd like to have everybody quite, are able to collaborate on their own without me. Like where they can decide on objectives and then work to complete those objectives. But if that's not possible, then I guess I'm gonna have to look at another way to do it. Probably shouldn't bring Chester in here. Just gonna get him killed. And it's fine that, you know, people are having fun on the server and whatnot, even if I'm not around. I mean, that was like the whole objective was to build a community around the values that I agreed with, or that I found important. I like a community built around that. But at the same time, would it hurt for you to? Maybe I made my speech too strong on the whole independent thing. Because I thought I sort of preempted it with a caveat that for bosses and stuff, I would be most certainly willing to spearhead to-do lists and whatnot for everybody. But like even now, I think I'm pretty chill. I might sound a bit upset and whatnot because I kind of am. But overall, I'm feeling pretty calm, right? But if I go back and voice chat and there's people yelling in there, it's bad for me, man. I don't like being around angry people. I don't, and I don't like it when I'm angry. And it seems like whenever I'm angry, people use it as an excuse to get like really hyper angry. So it's probably best if I'm just not around it to begin with. Like overall, it probably leads to a better community because, like it or not, people do this follow the leader kind of thing. And if I'm upset, then the whole thing is just going to be upset, and nobody wants to see that. Oh, we got a present. So I'm hoping just to give me some time to clear my mind and everything. Help refocus on the objectives. What do I want to do for the rest of the fall or the autumn? What should I be focusing on? You know, what I'm going to need food, and I'm going to need a mining helmet if I want to go down into the caves and actually clear anything out. And I've never cleared the ruins before with Maxwell, so I'm not sure if I should ever use nightmare armor. Having nightmares spawn in all the time when you're trying to clear clockworks could be really annoying. Like just me trying to deal with the tree guard and crawling horrors at the same time. At least when I was upset, I couldn't do it. If I can focus a little bit more, I mean, that's another thing, right? When I'm fighting and whatnot, there's other stuff going on in the background. I'm thinking about the objectives that we're failing to meet, that I'd hoped that we would meet. So my mind is on that, and then I don't pay as much attention as I should to how I'm doing when I'm fighting. But it is my... okay, once... Most people will leave in about an hour. Once everybody leaves, for the most part, maybe things will be a little bit quieter. I'm not sure. If people can talk out the differences and the problems and stuff without getting angry, though, that'd be nice. Maybe that's the thing I do instead. I become kind of depressed about it more so than roid ragey. But it seems like when I get depressed, even then people get roid ragey, so I'm not allowed to do that. It just really limits the emotions that I can display. Like, I can get angry at something when I'm recording a video in a game that I'm doing a Let's Play of. Let's say I'm playing Stronghold Crusader 2, and I realize that the developers remapped the map or the camera controls to ALT plus A and D instead of just using Q and E like all the previous games did. You know, I can have a brief rant about that for, I don't know, 2 minutes without it changing the entire tone of the video, right? Because then I can just go back to my old self. Because I'm the kind of person that does that usually. I don't stay in one state for very long. Usually I just sort of temperate back out to my old self. What, can we find any food around here? I ignored my hunger to my own detriment. I mean, there's honey. We just have to kill it. I guess this is my best bet. Yeah, we're gonna die now. I starved to death. I would say it's just a bad night, honestly. I should have a heart around here somewhere. There it is. It's not a heart, it's a life-giving amulet. It didn't really matter. I needed to eat something and then I took a whole bunch of damage. This is not good. Oh, get out of there, bee. Come on. What a time for a bee, huh? I mean, my sword, man. Here. Kill this freaking bee. Oh, look, honey. All I wanted was that one honey. It would have saved me from death. I didn't get it when I needed it, though. Okay. Oh. I don't have any living logs? What? How did that happen? I'm just gonna go back into the swamp. There's really no way I can defeat them. I wasn't prepared. So I'm just gonna have the Merms hopefully destroy them instead. Hi, Lucky Manuel. Sorry to say, probably did not catch me on one of my best nights. Things have not been going the way I wanted them to go. I've not been seeing the progress that I wanted to see with the base. And I've been playing poorly, partly because of that. I guess it's a good way, though, to try to get rid of the hounds, right? If you can't do it at the time. I don't have enough for another dark sword. Somehow I dropped living logs. Did I put them in Chester? I tried to carry them on me, because as Maxwell, you want to have your dark swords. There's one hound left. At least I'm getting some of these tentacle spots. We needed them. That was another thing. We had, I think, 5 books of on tentacles. And I leave the base during the summer. You know, this is sort of emblematic of why you have to do everything yourself, and that's the reason why I'm upset. When I was leaving the base, I said, keep an eye on the flingos, something like that, to the people in voice chat. Apparently everybody left, and then, oops, the person that joined was not familiar with summer, never had been through it before. So when I got back, the flingos were all empty, and of course the base started on fire. And that resulted in 3, I think it was more than 3, 4 or 5 on-tentacle books getting destroyed. And that's been something that I had worked on for the last, I spent at least 5 days on it, I would say. On the whole, yeah. So, that was like a major setback. Oh look, there's another dog. It destroyed the beehive, so at least I have something to eat, I suppose. Let me see here. What's left of my dark sword? 10? That's enough. Oh, and then he ignores me. But 10s, I don't even exist. I'm here, you mangy mongrel. I know there's at least one more tentacle spot over there. And I'm also curious if I have my... No, apparently I forgot to bring my living logs with me. And that's a pretty big mistake as Maxwell. You don't want to forget the living logs if you're gonna use dark swords. And you kind of want to. Oh, I also need another booster shot. Okay, there's a tentacle spot. I better keep them away from Chester. Okay, so it's just 2 tentacle spots that the Marms managed to unearth, so to speak. We could kill more bees. Oh, those are the seeds that I dropped before. Yeah. I want to kill more bees because we need more bee boxes. I think in the future I'm just going to have to take control of the base. I need to be the one who designs it because I can't wait for other people to do it on their schedule. It takes too long. The things that I want prioritized are not being prioritized. Most of the time I don't care much about how the base looks, but the reason that I usually get away with that is because I can put stuff down anywhere I want. But when you have somebody kind of looking over your shoulder and preventing you from putting down what you need to put down because they have a base design in mind, that really hampers how I can, you know, build out from there. So that might have to go as well. I'm just trying to think of ways that I can improve this because I think we're kind of seeing some of the downside to it. Most recently it's cropped up, especially with this number of players. Like when we had 3 to 4 players and it seemed quite as bad, to have somebody who is really dedicated to building the base nicely. But yeah, having this many people around, a lot of the time what happens, I didn't mean to hit that working bee. A lot of the time what can end up happening is there are just too many people using resources or putting resources in a strange place and whatnot, that nothing ever really maybe it's because it's really early into the base as well, but nothing really seems to have found a home. Like you just have people randomly building onto it, and then we have to go through the fight of, oh, you're not supposed to be building the base, and then you get into the trouble of certain people not willing to listen to anybody. Like I pointed out before, I don't want to have to control everything, but from time to time it's useful if you know, if you can actually get everybody on the server to work together for at least certain things. So maybe I emphasized that a little bit too much, the whole come up with your own objectives and whatnot. It's a learning experience. That's probably the most positive way to approach it. Something that I really hadn't done before, and it's probably not something everybody's cut out for, and I might not be cut out for it. But it's good. It's good to try it, so you sort of know your limitations and what you do want to do and what you don't want to do. Because that happened to me before. When I was playing Stronghold Kingdoms, I ran a series for a while. I think it was called like the Weekly Report. And part of the Weekly Report, like the general premise of it, was that I would go around to the different factions or clans, whatever you want to call them. They were called houses in the game, but somebody who doesn't play Stronghold Kingdoms probably couldn't relate that to anything else. So I'm just going to call them clans. I would go around to the different clans, and in the process of doing so, I would try to get information out of them, like what progress their houses made, what kind of alliances they were in, houses, clans, whatever you want to call them. And in doing so, I realized that I disliked trying to beat information, metaphorically, beat information out of people. It was something that I did not enjoy doing. What did PSI say? I hate it when people just act without reason. Yeah, when I state what is happening and then declare the consequences. I think PSI gets it better than most. Probably because he's the most experienced player. He's the player who has the most hours in here, I think. So it doesn't surprise me. And a lot of the time I do enjoy talking to myself. I think it helps me think through problems better. Be able to vocalize them. Especially because it's a non-judging environment too, right? When I say something to myself, like I might go back on what I said or say, no, maybe I'm wrong about that. But it's not as vicious as others can be. Like if I bring something up, let's say I forgot something. And then I mention it again, and right away I'm getting berated with, oh, you already said that. Like, dude, chill out. I just forgot. Maybe I didn't hear you. It becomes petty. And it's not something that when you're talking to yourself you have to deal with. Because it's just a conversation of one, and you're having a conversation with your own mind. And your mind is generally pretty... well, it depends upon whose mind it is. I imagine some people beat themselves up over stuff like that, but... For me, I thought most of the internal dialogues that I've had have been pretty reasonable. Oh, use now? No, let's not do that. So I've brought back Chester, right? See, this is another thing. Right, there's Chester. If I was talking by if I was playing by myself, I'd usually mention that. I'd go like, "Oh, where's Chester?" If I do it in here though, and I say, "Where's Chester?" I'll have some really mean response to it. What are you, blind? Chester's right over there, you idiot. No, not really that bad, but it feels like that. It really cuts sometimes because it feels that way. It's like, I'm just asking a spirited question. Where's Chester? Has anybody seen Chester? Like, you go, oh, I think I saw him over there by the chests. Great. That's all you need to say. You don't need to say anymore. You don't need to make condescending, snide remarks about it. I wish that would stop. And you say, okay, you're just being a coward. Do we not have any grass left? See, right, there's another one. I ask maybe it's a half rhetorical question, and I get so much. It's either ignored or snark comes back from it. I think this is the chest. Yeah, this is the grass chest right here. And it's also an inability for others to roll with the punches. So when something bad happens, I'm feeling a little bit down. I need you to laugh with me about it. I need you to say, oh wow, that sure was a bad one, but I think we learned a lesson from that. Going forward, we'll always make sure those flingos are stocked before we leave the camp in the base in the summer. Right? To be able to laugh it off is great, and I try to do that a lot. But sometimes people are just too negative about it. Oh my god. Like rage quitting because of it and whatnot, and then I start feeling worse because we can't have a laugh. And it's just, it takes me to a bad place. And I'm really, I'm unhappy that it's resulted in that. It's too bad. 5 beecombs. Honeycombs. So I need to ask myself, what do I want to put in Chester? We got the flint. I don't need rot, but I do need booster shots. It's one of the things that I've ignored here. So let's get stingers. Stingers and rot. What else? I very seldom make booster. Oh, niter. Ooh, that's going to be a tricky one. I don't think we have any niter left. Because once again, this is one of the things that happened when the base burnt. Is some of the niter went with it. Okay, we have 4 niter left. I should probably make both of those into booster shots. Wait, what? No, that was a stinger. Oh, that's why it happened. I walked too far away from the chest. Sometimes I would just like to have these inner dialogues with myself and be able to do it in voice chat without people getting in my case about it. Like, this is my style. when I started doing videos, it was just me to carry all of it, right? There was nobody else there. If you don't come up with something compelling or interesting to say, you know, there's going to be dead air. So I didn't come into this needing to rely on other people to keep the momentum going, let's say, to make sure there wasn't much dead air. But as one of the downsides, it feels like I've continually become more reliant on it. And in some ways, that's not a good thing. Okay, we're Maxwell. What do we need regular reeds for? Not much, I think. I can afford to turn most of them into papyrus. I do believe. And then I need to focus on going down to the ruins. I think I'm going to use log suits. Let's see, this will be enough for 2 additional nightmare. Okay, maybe I should make 3. Enough for 3. I plan on wearing log suit to protect myself most of the time, but when we switch over to maybe heavier combat, then I'll make or use the shadow armor. This is something that I'm not very experienced with. I have very rarely played Maxwell, and I've never tried doing the caves with him. Let's see, what should we do with the honeycombs? This is, like, I don't know where stuff goes. I think this is the wood chest. I wonder if anybody's brought wood back. No, nobody bothered to bring any of the wood back. It's little things like that, right? Because here's the thing. I'm not the best player, but I'm okay. I'm okay at fighting stuff, right? Most of the time, I can do a pretty good job. There are a lot of people here who can't kite. Or they don't want to. They should be picking up the logs, right? There's no reason I need to do this, but they refuse to. Or maybe I just need to tell them that somebody needs to go over here and pick up the logs, but I'll mention it. Say somebody needs to pick up the logs. Unless you're going to be a hard ass about it, nobody does it. And so, once again, we're alone again, quite naturally, because turkey dinner is bad. That's not true. If you take a look at the recipes in terms of efficiency, go to the crockpot generator. It's one of the more efficient recipes. I'm not saying it's the best. Meaty stew is obviously king. But turkey dinner is not bad. I suppose it's probably comes down to like being between turkey dinner and meaty stew, doesn't it? In terms of the resources that you have. If you had to choose between turkey dinner and meatballs, you should probably choose turkey dinner, though. Because drumstick is equivalent to a morsel in terms of the amount of food that it gives. So I am picking up the logs because, you know, this is something that somebody else could do. I already knocked all the trees down here. I thought I'd farm some nightmare fuel while I was doing that. Killed a couple tree guards. Got killed a couple times by the tree guards because I'm not on top of my game at the moment. But nobody bothered picking up logs. Not a single soul could do it. And I have no idea if they got much of anything done. I see some bee boxes, but I'm not sure what else. I'm surprised how quiet. Oh, the game is quiet because I turned it down. Never mind. But yeah, it sounds pretty normal for everybody who's watching, if anybody is watching. It's like an army of one. And the thing is, I have no real problem with it either. Doing things by myself, I love it. And that's not to be like sour grapes about the whole situation, but I usually enjoy doing things by myself. I dislike having other people involved. So this isn't necessarily bad for me. Got a lot of the rocks, or the logs. Sounds like they got some meats, but you know, right here's another problem. Killing beefalo is a temporary solution. They go out and kill the beefalo, well, next time we need meat, go get more beefalo. If you want to actually create something that's sustainable, you gotta get something like a pig farm. And then we just farm that up during the full moon, get tons of pig skins and large meat. Build a moleworm farm, tons of morsels every day or so. Build a bunny man farm. Tons of vegetables and meat every single day. Like, those are the sustainable ways to go and get food. When people talk about getting food, you know, you don't go hunting. You don't go hunting to get food. That's so inefficient. Because it's a short-term solution to a long-term problem. We're always going to have the problem of not enough food. We always have to go get more food. So you need to create a supply chain that's capable of sustaining your usage. I'm down to 4% in the umbrella, which I don't really even need to be using at this point. But it needs to be a sustainable production chain, I guess you could call it, if you want to harken back to something that's a little bit more RPG-esque. Not RPG, real-time strategy-esque. And how about the thing with the doors? That was another point. People would mention, Aline mentioned that you should keep the doors shut. I mean, he wasn't very nice about it, to be honest, but he mentioned keep it shut so that way the grass geckos don't get out. 5 minutes later, gates are wide open. Like, does anybody even listen? Are you listening to how this works? Do you understand how this works? You can't ignore everything. You gotta help contribute to the base. Otherwise, you're not a valued asset to the team. And I don't want to have to tell you what to do 100% of the time, but it seems like a good amount of the time it seems to be this binary thing. Either it has to be 100% of the time or 0% of the time that I tell people what needs to get done. Well, I got a lot more of the logs. I think I can treat myself to a log suit, I suppose.
But I need jet feathers. Raising has been asking for this for a long time, and I'm probably gonna do it now. He's been asking for a chest full of loot for bosses. Not like not loot for bosses, I mean, like, kits to help do a boss.
That'd actually be pretty cool.
Are we out of silk?
I have one on me. I can give it to you if you need it.
What do you need it for?
I need it. That's really all that needs to be said.
Okay.
I can try to farm this spider over here.
They're all out. I tried.
I think there's
Funny
another
you
one
said.
down here. Oh, I'm starving to death again. That was the reason I died to the beat earlier.
I could probably go through the wormhole in the savannah, because I know there's a lot of spiders on the other end of it.
Yep.
Give me a moment. Be right back.
So this is my... That's irritating. This is my current dilemma that I'm facing. I try to hash it out in my own mind, loud, without being in the Discord. I can't get anything done. And there are a couple of reasons for this. Number one, it's because I'm in a funk at the moment. But it's also because when I do mention that there are things that we need to prioritize, nobody wants to do them.
Well, what do we need to do? Because I'm willing to do anything right now.
Let me think here. It depends what we're going for. I meant, okay. I saw that people were hunting, right? You say you've solved the food issue. Like like 3 other ways to get meat, right? You could do moleworm farm, you could do pig farm, you could do bunny farm. Instead, you went and hunted beefalo, and it's a good solution in the short term. It's not a long-term solution. It doesn't. When we're at the start of the base, we want to build out infrastructure that will last us into the future, so that way we don't have to worry about food issues again. So it's a short-term solution to a long-term problem. I guess this wormhole doesn't go where I thought it went.
I can build a pig farm.
I'm back.
Actually, maybe Leanne should, since I don't have geometric placement.
I could
Maybe
probably
I'll be working on a moleworm farm.
I can probably build a Bunny Man spider farm. You know, the design where you have several rabbit hutches surrounding a spider nest or two.
Oh yeah,
That might be a pretty good idea.
another issue that I'm having in terms of what's holding me back is because I can't build things in base. It really limits kind of what I can do because I always have to wait for somebody else to build it for me. So I might, in the future, I might just start, if I need to build certain building, or if I want a certain, like let's say I want to make pigmen now, I'll just go ahead and build it then.
Yeah.
Another
Go ahead.
Another issue that I'm having is a lot of the time when I'm coming back to base now, I say, okay, coming back, I need silk. Look there, no silk. I'm coming back, I need my mining helmet back. No mining helmet. I come back, I need my umbrella. No umbrella. Like, there are things that I leave around the base that I could kind of plan on being there, and then they're not there when I actually go back to get them. And then that results in me having to spend a ton of time finding alternatives to it. To a problem. It's day 9 already. I was hoping to have been in the caves, but I can't. Because there's always one more thing, one more problem that I'm running into. And they're problems that can be solved if we just organize a little bit better. And that includes me. Not absolving myself of all the guilt here, obviously.
Yeah.
We need to give the spider nest a chance to upgrade.
I'm going over to the spider area to get more. Oh, here's another good example. I went and cut down a bunch of logs. Somebody else could have picked them up, right?
Oh, I can
I've
go
been
do that.
doing that.
You have been? Because I picked up like a whole backpack and a half or so.
I picked up an inventory full. Then you asked for B boxes, so I went to work on B boxes.
Okay.
Where
I'm-
are the logs?
I'm just pointing this out as an example of
Logs
things.
are this chest and this chest.
No, I mean, like, where are the ones you want to pick up?
Can we let Raising speak?
Sorry.
I'm just bringing this up as an example of little things that people who are not as capable of fighting can do, while I can focus on things that are more fighting intensive. Like, I should be the one exploring the ruins because I don't think anybody's actually found the ruins, have they? Has anybody
No.
successfully found the ruins? It's been a completely failed mission. I should be the one down there doing it because I can do it. And then we can leave, you know, people who are not quite as proficient at it, they can pick up things like rocks and logs, I guess.
That's understandable.
Permission granted. Use this area over here on the other side of the beach.
Might be a good idea to actually establish maybe. Just set them up under the light sources.
That spider warrior has to go.
I need to grab a drink. I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay. Spiders are coming into base.
They are?
Yes.
Where?
There's a spider all the way right here. It went crawling back to its den.
Wow.
I found out where all of our turf went.
Moleworm?
Yep, a cheeky little moleworm picked it all up.
Ah, that figures.
Making pig huts. Hopefully, wait, we have no gears because the WX ate them all.
I never ate it. I only ever ate the one.
What do you need gears for pig house? Oh, the flingo.
Flingo.
Do we have ice now? Because that was the problem
No, we
last time.
I found this these purple gems over here. I'm taking them to base.
Good idea. Okay, I'm putting a statue down in the corner of where our pig farm is going. Just to let you know, Raisin, so you don't complain about it later.
You don't have to be so passive aggressive about it.
I was just saying since you complained about on the on-screen.
Try not to complain.
I know. Not a word, PSI. Not a bloody word.
The reason I left is because there was just too much negativity, and it was making me unhappy.
Honestly, I've kind of been trying to go into the caves lately so that I can actually get good.
There's plenty of stuff to practice on out here. What aren't you good at?
Don't starve as a whole, really. I mean, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I lack the execution.
But once
So
again, I'm over here doing something that could have been done by somebody else quite easily, I think. Farming spiders.
I'm working on the pig houses, but I'll go kill spiders.
No, not you. I'm talking to people who are not busy doing something. Or who are doing... The people who ask me what to do, for example.
I think I'm about to try and work on getting that bunny farm I mentioned set up.
We have pigs going up. Bunnies we usually keep around the other areas, but it depends. Where you want the bunny farm raising, I'll let you decide on what area.
You're a base builder. Yep.
Yeah.
You choose.
It's the one where you surround it with some spider eggs with rabbit hutches.
Oh. You need 2 to 1. I mean 3 to 1 for rabbit hutches. 3 rabbit hutches per 1 spider den.
Okay then. That's affordable.
I was just saying in general, we would usually keep them at like a half block.
So scrap the project for right?
If that's what you want to do.
Okay, then. I guess I could work on meat effigies then, since I have a little bit of a health full right now. Okay.
How's the base coming along? Getting a lot done? Everything going alright in general? I take it you're a bit recent. Did you just pick up the stream, Adley? Things have not gone so well, let's say. In general, because I've been disappointed due to a lack of progress. Yeah, I explained it a bit later. I suppose you could just, like, I don't know, rewind the stream or something. I'm stuck doing a lot of things that I don't need to do. like farming silk. This is something other people can do, and other people are doing jobs they're not good at doing, like finding the runes. We still have not had anybody find the runes, even though people have gone down there repeatedly to try and do it. And I saw your message, and you could be right. I am a little bit unhappy, I guess. And I try not to let that affect me, because if I mentioned this before, but like if I'm ever negative, it just spirals out of control. It seems like people pick up on it immediately, and then like the entire group becomes toxic. So I have to become sort of superhumanish, and I can't have a bad fight. I can't have a bad day. If I do, I can't let it get to me. I can't show that, because people will take that and then they'll imitate it. They probably don't mean to do it, but it happens. Do I wanted you to come on, Fawn? I mean, it is what it is. Oh, you deleted it? No, I saw it. Just, I've had those moments too, though. Where I'm like, I post something and go, maybe I don't want to post that after all. No, I read it. I read it just before the stream started. So I really didn't have, and I figured you could always mention it while we're playing or something. And I could talk about it. Yeah, but I spent at least half of the time in this stream so far kind of talking to myself like I usually do on YouTube when I'm doing Let's Plays and stuff. And not in voice chat. There were a couple of things that bothered me. And I've tried bringing them up, you know, aside from maybe just to get you up to speed, without a whole bunch of other people talking at the same time. There are a couple of reasons why I'm not doing so good, and they're like minor frustrations. They build up over time. So a couple of really frequent happenings is that, let's say I need to get some silk out of the base. I go to the chests and there's no silk anywhere, so now I have to go farm silk. I go to the base and I say, okay, I left my mining helmet back here. I'm just gonna go and pick it back up so I can go down to the caves, and my mining helmet's gone. And it's just these little random things that are all missing that make me feel like I'm have no control over the world that I'm in. And I don't really know how to solve it, unfortunately. Everybody has their own projects they want to do, and they don't want to help others with their projects. And I'm supposed to be like, I suppose, a bit of a team leader here, but I'm not very good in that role. You'll see how it works out.
What are you laughing at?
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a pig getting mauled by a horde of spiders. Unfortunately, I didn't get the loot because they ate it too fast. Who would have thought that the spiders would be the greedy pigs?
At the moment I'm making honey ham.
Okay.
Go on.
There's some honey ham in the fridge, PSI.
If we have more morsels, we can make meaty stews pretty effectively. Or do we have any meaty stews made? Oh yeah, we do. Wow, 5. Didn't realize there were some in there. I'll eat one. I think I'm taking Honeyham down to the ruins. I'm gonna try to find, or to the caves. I'm gonna try to find the ruins before winter hits here.
Ask one did. Never mind. We have no jet feathers.
And jet feathers for what?
Map. Remember, the WXs explored a lot of the caves,
Oh. Hmm.
but they ended up derping around and wanting to find the atrium before the ruins.
Well, I mean, that wasn't me. That was Frisk.
Yeah, in general, you don't want to let Frisk lead anything. It's a bit mean to say that. Frisk is
Yeah.
not somebody who's going to get stuff done, unfortunately.
He rather meme around.
I was going to get some fireflies tonight, so I can
Just
get my mining
take some
helmet.
out of the. Just take some out of the farm. I don't care about them anymore. Actually, better yet, here, take this. Take this, Raising.
Okay.
PSI, what do you want me to do with these rabbits? Give them to somebody who's insane, or just kill them outright?
Why are we even farming rabbits?
Yeah, get moleworms instead.
I already started on the moleworm farm, sort of. Else probably is.
Oh, wait.
Between this lantern, 75% good enough for me. Song, you still here?
Yeah?
Your bees are wandering away from base.
I'm chewing on ice at the moment, so I'm muting myself so I'm not noisy.
Okay.
Oh, I found two steel clubs out. Oh. Man, I bet.
Oh wow, all the wood's picked up, okay.
Right, I gotta go. If anybody wants to use my walking cane, you're free to.
Okay.
Okay, I think I have everything I need to go down there.
Sounds good, Raising. Wish you luck.
Thanks. Yeah, it's just I wanted to say it, but oops, let me go down here. I'm quite shy and typically delete what I say out of fear of embarrassing myself. Don't worry, that's more common with me than you know. If anything, maybe take a day off from streaming. Just to let you know if you want me to do anything when I'm on DST, just tell me and I'll do what I can to go gather what you like. Typically a better listener than doing something myself sometimes, just because I don't speak up about what I'd like to do. I'll be right back. I need to get my kitten. I will go back through your stream like I typically do to get caught up on what's happened. Okay, yeah, I probably explained my thoughts on it much more in depth for about an hour. The problems that I was running into. You can see me die like 2 times to a tree guard in the process, which was not overly flattering, but it's not been the best night. Okay. Let the cave explorations begin. Oh, I just realized I didn't bring a life giving amulet. So I'll have to be more careful than usual down here. What were you gonna say?
Oh, you.
Wait, what did PSI talk about? I'm saying quit sounding like an emo. Oh. Wait, is there a spat between you two now? What's going on, PSI? Fill me in. I try to create forgiving environments because I'm not the type of person to hold a grudge, but it can be difficult.
We're not having a grudge. It's just I'm not in a upbeat mood tonight. He wants me to stop not being in an upbeat sounding mood.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of what I went through a little while ago, so I just kind of dropped off voice chat for a bit, so that way I didn't. I could chill out a bit and just think to myself without feeling the pressure of trying to explain or put my thoughts into sentences, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you weren't having fun.
It happens from time to time. You know, sometimes you just have bad days. I think everybody can relate to that on one level or another. And it wasn't just being in here that was bad. Like, you know, the entire afternoon it felt like I didn't get anything done really. So I was unhappy about that. And then sometimes you can end up bringing that baggage into other areas too. But I try not to complain. It happens occasionally, but most of the time when I'm asking for something, I'm saying, I think it'd be a great idea if we could get some pig, like a pig farm up and going, right? It's not necessarily a complaint. I'm just saying, I think this would be a good idea. Oh no, I ignored PSI. What did he say?
What do you mean you angered him?
I don't think I angered him. I wasn't watching what he said.
He got dragon fruit.
Okay. I take it you built the dragon fruit farms? Wait, what is...
Yes, I did.
Okay. What does that mean? I'm trying to be bright.
He's trying to be cheerful.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the team.
Should I be concerned that the internet router in our house is hanging by cables off the desk?
Yes.
And when I tried to move it back onto the desk, it fell down again.
Well, Ethernet cables are pretty durable, but yeah, it's not desirable.
There, I turned it so that it'll fit.
Where in the world did all of our battle spears go?
I haven't used one in a long time, so I haven't the foggiest.
I can log on and make some more for you.
It's fine.
Okay. Dang it. Right
Also,
after
my OCD is gonna drive me crazy now.
Hi, what happened?
Not worth talking about.
Well, do your best to fix it.
Meh. I don't care.
Sorry for my semi-broken English. My head goes quite fast when I'm typing and my hands didn't catch up with my head. It's quite embarrassing because I write a lot and have to go back and forth, so when it comes to chat I get even more embarrassed. Your chat's not any worse than most of the people, but most of the people type in Twitch at the end of the day. I've seen messages that were a lot harder for me to understand that came from people who spoke English as a first language, so. Okay. Good night, PSI. Hope you have a good one.
Whenever my mom gets in a bad mood, she watches Jurassic Park so that she can see all the people get eaten by dinosaurs.
That's an interesting idea. trying to think if there was like an edgier internet equivalent to that. Well, you go and watch Live Leaks. How about that?
Hardcore Henry.
Wait, is that a meme?
It's a imagine a movie that would make you sick if you watched it on like a Oculus.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to get sick. I just want to watch people die. I think that's the
There's
general
a
idea.
lot of killing.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't played. Is it a game or is it a experience?
It's a full-on movie.
Okay. No, I haven't seen it.
It wasn't made for Oculus, but it takes place completely first person.
Huh. How old is it?
Give me a moment. Let me look it up.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Was it as hardcore as they say?
Let's just say a lot of brutal violence.
Okay. Now I get motion sick quite easily, so it's probably not the outlet for me.
Yeah. Just don't watch it on Oculus and you'll be fine.
Yeah, probably a good point. Seems like a lot of the VRs are used for experiences as much as they are for games, especially, or including ones that have been designed to be used for games to begin with.
Uh, 2015.
Oh, that is pretty recent. I have videos that are older than that, maybe.
All harvests are B boxes.
We don't have a PSI to do it anymore.
But yeah, what happened is PSI put the farms on the carpet.
Oh, so it spilled out past the marble.
Yeah, not the marble, the grass. He made it
All
half
right.
of the B boxes.
Well, autumn is the best time for me to map this out down here. And luckily we don't have large caves this time, so it shouldn't take nearly as long.
Did you remember to set the caves to medium?
Yep. I set them both.
I find it dumb how the size is affected on both servers.
Well, isn't it because they both run on different shards?
Yeah.
Ooh, blue mushrooms.
Nice.
It was nice of Frisk to replant them. I
Yeah, it
imagine
was.
the ones that he picked, he just replanted some of them. In the end, we ended up with more mushrooms than we would have had otherwise, even doing it that way. Oh, so many mushrooms here, I'm not going to be able to pick them all. And... No. Okay, they all went back into the ground.
Dang it, VAR bug.
That's clearly not the place. This looks promising. It's the wilds.
Pig house. Anything you need me to do while on the surface raising?
I suppose you could make a life-giving amulet and drop it off down here at the caves. Maybe.
How many you need?
It might not be necessary after all. I just found a red gem. If I find like some gold, I'll be golden.
Okay.
I'll be able to make one myself.
Sounds good.
Oh, look. There's a set piece down here. It's the fire staff.
Cool. Isn't that the one that spawns firehounds?
Yeah.
Killer bees killing Chester. Die, killer bee.
Killed all the firehounds, but I'm not sure I should have.
Why is that?
The meat will probably spoil, and I didn't need the staff or the stave.
Bishops.
Oh, you're right. Wow. Spot on.
Yeah, I guess I'm much more clear thinking when I'm like this.
Because that's something I forget quite frequently. Whoa, not rain. Yeah, it's raining. Down here.
And PSI, are you truly trying to make me mad?
Is it still the bee boxes?
No, remember he left. He just added me.
On Discord?
Yep.
I don't think he meant it in the malicious sense. If it was Fivos doing it, maybe. Fivos seems a little bit bipolar, maybe is the word for it. His attitude changes. Some days he'll be very trollish, and other days he'll be like sincere and helpful or friendly.
Do you still want that life-giving amulet?
Did you make it?
Oh no, you just said forget it. That's
Yeah.
why I was working on more pig houses.
Yeah, stick with what you're doing. Don't bother with the life-giving amulet. If I find gold, then I'll be able to make it.
Yeah, not like I wouldn't been able to make it anyways. You have all the nightmare fuel.
Oh. Yeah, really? I only have 25 left, huh? It's not as good as I'd hoped. Evening Transtar. How's things been going for you? What did you miss? So, to sum it up, how would I begin? I was upset that a lot of people were not efficient in what they were doing. I was ending up doing a lot of jobs that other people should have been doing. You know, people who were on here playing and had the relevant amount of experience to do those jobs, and who weren't good at the jobs that they were trying to do. Like exploring the caves and finding the ruins. Nobody's just succeeded so far, so I'm down here doing it now. Yeah, so there's a bit of a thing there where I got upset. But it wasn't like a big deal, because I'm usually, even when I'm upset, I'm usually pretty over and done with it in a reasonable amount of time. I'd say like 5 minutes and then pretty much back to normal. So I'm not this brooding kind of upset person, especially over something like video games. In general, I'll just like chill out for a minute, but that's kind of what you missed. If you watch the VOD for it, there's like 30 minutes of me explaining the problems that I sort of ran into as somebody who has to kind of control the server. Not control, but you know, who's in charge of running the server. Like how do you be a good administrator for a server? Those are the problems that I'm running into. How do you direct a team? How do you get a team to listen to you and yet at the same time not need your constant direction to get things done? You need a team that can spot problems as they crop up and help and sort of deal with them on their own, and only escalate the problem to you when they absolutely can't handle it themselves, or they're not aware of how to handle it. And that was generally my problem. It's more of like team communication, how to be an effective team lead, and it's something I don't have much experience in. So I saw it as an opportunity to learn something new, which is always good. I try to learn a lot of stuff, but it's just growing problems, I guess. Just trying to figure out what I can do, like what's most effective for me, what do I want to do, because there's some stuff that like I don't really want to try to control what 6 other people are doing at the same time as myself. I have a hard enough time keeping my own lists. So it came down to that, is like trying to figure out what kind of balance I can get here where we can actually have a team that works together most of the time. Hosting a server seems hard. Yeah, I mean, it requires some out of you, for sure. This is the bunny man, he'll probably go after me. Maybe not. And then, of course, you have to know how to run a server from SSH, because this is a server that's hosted on a DigitalOcean virtual private server. So there's like a technical barrier, and then of course there's the communications barrier where you have to try to be able to be an effective team lead. And it's interesting, but it has its upsides and it has its ups and it has its downs. Damp is not dapper. It's a good thing I have this umbrella. I just have to make a lantern instead, I guess. Transtar says, I have 1 or 2 friends who's dedicated and loyal friend who takes the game serious and maintains the base pretty good, and the other tried to burn down stuff, so I banned them. Yeah, I probably wouldn't put up with that for very long if somebody was trying to constantly burn my stuff down. I think Elazar was kind of doing that one game.
It's because PvP was on.
Was that the only reason he was doing it? Because it seemed like...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
It was only during PvP it was on. He burned down stuff. Because he thought, oh, PvP is on, that means we're against everyone.
Yeah, it was a bit misleading on my part. I should have disabled it. It was just because I wanted to get the server up and going as fast as possible, since we'd spent like an extra 45 minutes trying to get the configuration files corrected. And it's just one little change that I thought, it's probably not going to impact the game that much, right? If everybody understands that you don't fight, but that was not the impression some people got, apparently.
Yeah, even though we kept telling him no, PvP doesn't, even though PvP is on, doesn't mean you can kill and raid. He did it anyways. Even
Fivos was engaged in it. When we first spawned into the world, he chose Wigfrid and slapped me like 3 times as max. Maybe it wasn't 3 times. I was maxwell though, and he hit me a couple times. And doing a lot of damage, obviously. Just when we started immediately, he did it.
He hit me enough times to break my helmet.
And you were Wigfrid?
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't have any armor, obviously.
Yeah, so he probably just hit me enough just so I wouldn't have armor.
That was...
I all my Discord information and now she won't stop messaging me. Help me.
No.
How would you give her the Discord?
No, my Discord information.
Well, yeah. Why would you give her your Discord information?
She wanted to play on a Pokemon Go, or talk on a Pokemon Go Discord together.
Is that wise?
I'm thinking it wasn't.
But
Just
yeah, Ray... Go on.
Some things parents don't need to see. Including what you do with Pokemon. What were you gonna say?
But yeah, Raisin, the reason why I'm going to collect Reed is so I can make the books to grow the crops.
Oh, okay. I think I brought back 2 tentacle spots. I know it's not anything near what we had before, but it's good for a couple of books.
Yeah. Frisk kept saying he had them, a lot on him, but he never dropped them.
Frisk says a lot of things. It's hard
But
to
remember,
decipher
he killed the-
fact from fiction.
Yeah, but he killed the big tentacle, that's why I trusted him.
Hmm. Yeah, I probably should have scored at least a couple.
I guess that was my mistake. I trusted a Undertale fan.
Well, I
was
wouldn't take it out
making
too much.
joke.
on that type. Frisk is an interesting character, but in terms of reliability, probably not the person you want to have your back in a life or death situation in the game.
Yeah.
Transtar says, I'm planning to play Maxwell, but he seems half good, half bad, so what's my opinion of him? Well, as long as you get somebody to pick your logs up for you, I guess. I really like Maxwell. The problem is he's the kind of character that does better just staying around in base. He can be more productive farming stuff than doing anything else. And that's not my usual playstyle. Usually I'm out and about exploring or fighting. Ooh, I found Hutch. What a coinky dink. I needed Hutch.
Woo bloody who.
You don't have to be mean to Hutch. He has his uses. They're just not very good uses in the atrium. I think I brought him along there once and he kept getting killed.
He just triggers all the spiders.
Yeah. Hutch is not an atrium critter. Oh, too many bats here.
I kind of want to show my mom the game The Binding of Isaac just to freak her out.
What do you think her reaction would be?
This is gross.
She never plays games like that? What does she usually play?
Minecraft, Pokemon Go, Farmville.
I should have guessed Farmville. I've never played Farmville.
By the way, all your Bees APIs are now messed up, by the way, Song.
How so?
They're all humping the bee boxes.
You say API, I say BPI. What about Winona? Winona isn't too great. Okay, Madly's saying that. She's good early gaming for starters. Yeah, the problem with Winona is she's basically Wilson 2.0. She has the ability to craft tape, which is useful, I guess, if you don't have spiders, and apparently it's a little bit more cost-effective. But
It's
personally,
brass and one spider silk.
oh, my first gold.
I definitely would rather have a Wilson than a Winona because at
Beard
least
hair.
Wilson can, yeah, beard hair.
Oh yeah. And with beard hair, you can always make meat effigies, which is something that can be valuable for a team, I suppose.
And he has the highest base installation in the game if he grows out his beard.
Yeah, what they really needed to do was make Winona faster at gathering resources, and people would love her.
Faster at gathering and crafting.
I'm not sure they'd even have to do both. Like, just switching it over to gathering would be a pretty big upgrade, I think, from what we have currently. But yeah, crafting and gathering would certainly put her solidly above Wilson.
Yeah.
Is sewing kit better than duct tape? It has more uses. I've
Yeah.
very rarely used sewing kits.
So does duct tape not work on armor?
Correct.
Yeah, that was a thing that was going around. It was like a fan theory almost. A lot of people wanted it to be true, but it really wasn't.
I think it would have been nice if it worked on armor.
If it worked on armor, it would actually make her useful.
Like, but it would be more expensive if it worked on armor, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I don't know, repair 10% of armor and the duct tape would cost, like, I don't know, marble, silk, and,
Why marble?
it's a strong material.
Yeah, but it's not exactly pliable.
Gold, because I know that they use gold for repairing vases and such.
Oh, I needed 3 gold. I got 2 of the 3 gold that I need.
Like, you do know what I mean by repairing things. They would fill in the cracks on, like, an object with gold to make it, sturdy.
That could work.
A lot of people aren't too into her. I'm, in all honesty, one who thinks she could have done better. Well, it kind of depends what Clay really intended her to be used for.
Lore.
Yeah. Charlie's sister.
Yeah, I think we all agree, though, that as a DST exclusive character, she wasn't by any means like a must-have, where you go back to the single-player version of the game and say, ah, I miss having a Winona around.
Sometimes I forget she even exists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did forget she exists. I never added her into my mod. Her description lines for examining this stuff.
Okay, here's some monkeys. I think I found the runes, though.
Oh yeah, Raising. I collected a bit more silk.
Okay. Should have enough to last us through a couple of seasons, then.
We have now 42 instead of the 28.
Good show. Oh, we do have a Shadow Spelunky. The bad part is that I don't actually have a sword. Here we go.
But yeah, I'm just waiting for a full moon so I can go kill pigmen.
How did the setup go
On what?
for the pigs? Did somebody get
Good.
any built?
I made 5. I made them all.
Oh, thanks.
I was going to, but I realized people would probably throw a fit because I don't have geometric replacement.
Yeah, you would probably leave them all over. Oh, wow, I stun-locked the pig by the spider den. And I got a pig hide from it.
Just a standard pig?
Yep.
Hmm.
I'm leaving the ones in the farm, you know, alive for a full moon in a few days.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Why is this game so difficult?
Are you playing Binding?
Yeah.
Ooh, a purple gem out of a tumbleweed.
I love this game, but damn is it hard.
Also, no Berger yet.
I wonder if it's because we rolled back. If that's what did it.
I think rolling back actually does mess with boss clocks.
Guess that would explain it then. No, go on.
Oh, it's like, from what I've saw on the forums, every time you roll back, it offsets the giant spawn timer by how many days you roll back.
I would have thought he would have spawned though, because we only rolled back 5 days.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was gonna say, Transtar said Weber is fun to play because I can go easy. I can go crazy easy, start Spider Wars, and I can grow a silky smooth beard with insulation of tier 2 and shave for silks.
Oh wait, Weber has... I didn't think Weber had insulation.
He has a little bit.
Not as much as Wilson, but he does. And Weber is probably my favorite character.
Favorite? As lore-wise or as playing him?
Playing.
Oh.
I know I usually go Wigfrid or something, but that's because people don't usually want a Weber in their base.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Weber discrimination.
Weber has 100 seconds of installation time. Wilson has 135.
It's better than I thought.
Yeah, just 35 less. Actually, 34. Weber's 101.
You know what's really great?
What?
Being down here in the caves and actually increasing my overall sanity.
Okay.
Because I have so much of it.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, I had a question. If I do ever get to the point working on my game where I have voice actors, would you be willing to be the voice actor for the main player character, Raising?
Depends upon how many lines of dialogue there are. And who would have to do the editing.
I would be doing the editing, but there would be a lot probably, because player character.
Yeah, if the part ever comes up, you can, I'd be willing to talk more about it then. Abby Dirt, thanks for following. I'm not against the idea. I'm open to it, but it depends on a lot of other stuff, kind of. Like, I'd have to know more about it before I could say yes or no, basically.
Okay. I'm really excited though, because I got my friend like making a website for the game development blog, so that's fun.
Nice.
Ooh.
Also, Racing, I made 2 more miner hats.
Hopefully we never have a shortage of them again.
I never figured out what happened to the first 7. I mean, you have one.
Somebody might have died with one and just left it laying there. Not gone back to retrieve it.
Probably.
Why don't I make many YouTube videos anymore? Still put out like 5 a week. And usually about 2 of those will be Don't Starve related, so I think I still do a pretty decent job. Very seldom have I done more. There have been some weeks where I did 3 Don't Starve videos, but I'd say
It's possible. Sorry.
I'd say my output is pretty consistent, though, overall. If you
Yeah,
go
you
back
don't
and look.
overload subscriber boxes.
Well,
It's possible that the YouTube algorithm things have made it so they're not showing up in the person's subscription feed.
I've never had, if you take a look at the actual subscriptions tab, like if you're watching on mobile or something, I've never had a video not show up there, I think.
Yeah, it's people only say, "Oh, videos aren't showing up,"
And they only
because
look at
they're
home.
Just going, yeah.
Yeah. I know, I should be more willing to just throw random stuff at the wall. I did start a series for a while where I did the battle stuff. It's not me. It's not something I watch, but I know a lot of people watch that. And it's easier to do, obviously. There's somebody who I sort of inspired by to actually create videos who went all in on that. And it just seems to me that if the only audience that I had was around to just watch 200 spiders versus 200 hounds, I'd probably hate what I'd done to my channel. But it has that outreach, right? It can get people in the door, I guess. But I did it for, I think I made 3-4 videos like that last year when I just didn't know where I wanted to go with Don't Starve at that point. And I discontinued it. Because like I said, it's not me. It's not, most of the content that I make is stuff that I'd watch. That's like my barometer. That's how I determine whether or not a video is ready to publish. If I look at it and say, yeah, if I was interested in this subject, I'd watch this video. And there are some videos I just wouldn't watch, and one of them are those boss battle stuff. Or not boss battle stuff, that's not, the outrageous number versus outrageous number fights. And you can do anything, like, there's a game called Epic Battle Simulator, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's very good for creating video fodder on YouTube. That game. Because you can do crazy stuff like 3,000 Santa Claus versus 1 Jesus or something like that. Of course, you can also put in a lot more copyright infringing characters into it. And there are people who watch that, apparently. Not me, I would never watch that, but there's an audience for it. It's just, I'm at the stage where I still want to do videos that I want to do. And that's one thing that I fear, is that if I ever did become big enough for it to be like self-sustaining or something, is that I would end up hating it, because I wouldn't be really allowed to do videos that I wanted to do, and I would just have to do stuff to play with the algorithm or to please people who are backers and stuff like that. It's the reason I'm not interested in really doing it as a job, because then it takes so much creative control away from you. Ooh, juicy berries. See
It's
2 of them down here.
You basically have to become a sellout. Nice. But yeah, that's what I don't like. You basically have to become a sellout if you want to get big on YouTube.
Yeah, a lot of people do. You gotta play
It's
the
like-
game.
Hmm?
I said you have to play the game if you want to win.
Yeah. Clickbait and all other junk. I've actually started to unsubscribe from YouTubers who use, like, super clickbait.
What would be the line that you draw between just being like a clickable title and what you'd consider to be clickbait? How
Full
many-
caps, red circles in the profile icon, and parentheses undiscovered or anything that's been known.
Huh.
But they're hyping it up.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've done that on occasion, for sure. I've done the circling thing in the video thumbnail. So I probably have 6 videos that do that. But mostly it's because I couldn't find a better way to convey the message that I was trying to get, like Ghost Spearman, or Zombie Spearman it was, in Stronghold 2, was probably the most recent one. I just didn't know how else to draw attention to the fact that these were supposedly dead units that still ran around and acted as if they were alive. But yeah, it's not like the stuff that I usually put out is like that, so.
But you get one thing, like YouTubers who just do it for the views because for some reason that red circle thing just draws your eye.
Yeah, it makes you a bit sad when I see the kind of lowest common denominator that everything has gone to. And the really weird thing is that people hold me to a higher standard than that back when I first started making Don't Starve videos. Like, they seem to have this ridiculously high standard that I was supposed to meet. So, oh, you clickbaiter. I forget exactly what they used. Wow, what was it? I was accused of something. Like a whole bunch of stuff. But, oh yeah, one of them was being greedy. Even though at the time I didn't monetize any of my videos until they were like proven to be good or something.
You already said that story before.
Yeah, so that was one of the accusations I got, which was there was no basis in reality for it. And after that I said, well, if I'm going to receive a whole bunch of hate and flack for it anyway, I might as well just monetize them all. And
actually,
then
YouTube does put mid-roll ads on certain videos that aren't monetized.
yeah, it's
That's
possible.
stupid.
It's due to the fact they're trying to get money out of YouTubers who have the ability to put mid-roll ads on their videos, but they don't want them to get the money, so they're just randomly putting mid-roll ads on videos.
I can't say that I've ever seen that happen on a channel that I know didn't run ads, but that's because I use YouTube Red, so I never see ads anyway.
Yeah.
There's this one YouTuber who I watch who has 26K, and he does it just because he loves to play horror games. I'm not sure if it's necessarily about the genre of games. It's more about the way you present it, right? Like you can present horror as a genre, right, without drawing red circles on it, or maybe putting tons of exclamation marks or emojis in the title. Also, a lot of children are on YouTube and people try to drag them into the videos as well. You mean like YouTubers who have kids and then they try to insert them into videos? In general, I really dislike people who do YouTube who then try to insert their family into it. It just feels so forced, if that's legitimate to say. Yeah, that's something I don't like at all. And also it kind of ruins that too, because one of the psychologically manipulative things about YouTube in general is how you can feel like somebody who you watch actually is like your best friend, or it could be, yeah, it basically could be your best friend, and then you have this, and you see them with other people who are their actual best friends and stuff. It can be a little bit alienating, because it almost feels like a betrayal, even though it isn't. It can feel that way for some people. Oh, you mean he does it to get views? Okay. It's a legitimate tactic, like I've said before. It's a bit like being an unapologetic self-promoter, right? It works, but at what cost? For me, I personally can't stand shilling constantly. I would do better if I was able to shill everywhere and anywhere. If I just badgered people about it, I would do better. But it's something I really hate doing. So it depends upon the type of person involved, I would say. If you can manage to shill without it affecting your consciousness, I don't know, something like that. If it doesn't affect you on a conscious level, you can do better for shilling all the time. It's just not something that I have the mentality for, you know? Oh, there is one piece of armor. No, that's not good. Okay, let's try to get out of here. When they say... Oh, okay, Nightmare Cycle's over. Hope they don't kill Hutch. I'm trying to get my way out of here. This obviously is not where the ruins are, and I should go to the ruins actually now because I know where they are. I was just kind of mapping this out because we're probably going to need to map it out to be able to see where all the tentacles are, as I like to call them. I noticed that it hurts children also when they say like and subscribe. Does it affect anything or just the view that count? Engagement will help get you promoted more. So yes, liking and subscribing or whatever they say is most certainly going to help you in the algorithm against others who don't. But like once again I said, it's not in my personality, so it's just something that I couldn't feel good about myself doing it, at least at this point, so I don't. Madly says, if I was on Discord, it'd be easier to talk about. I like chatting about certain topics like this. You can join Discord. It's just a lean in EU.
What?
Oh, you heard that?
I only heard you.
Madly was interested in joining the Discord chat.
Did I gross you out with what I said?
No, I was trying to respond to some topics that Madly and Transtar said. Oh my god, my voice.
Yeah, you're starting to sound a bit hoarse.
Yeah. I think I just needed to clear my throat a bit. Why, what did you say, EU?
Oh, that I only really watch purple popping videos anymore.
What?
She
It's
just finds...
satisfying.
Yeah...
Purple what videos?
Pimple popping. Yeah.
Oh. Is that actually a genre?
Yeah.
Yes. There's a whole bunch of popular YouTubers, one of which is Dr. Sandra Lee.
Oh, I think you've mentioned this. Yeah, I think you mentioned this to me once before.
I have?
I think so. It sounds familiar. Somebody like you mentioned it. I think it was around the same time you mentioned that somebody covered your Slenderman game.
Slenderman game.
Yeah, didn't you write a... You made like a choose your own adventure Slenderman game?
Oh, the really crappy Slenderman sim date, that was a joke. Oh, Lord.
Yes,
Yeah,
that one.
someone made a YouTube video on it. Well, on it and 2 other games, and that was embarrassing, but I love it.
I think it was around about that same time though.
Yeah, his
When you mentioned
reactions
it.
were priceless.
I forgot what I was meant to be doing. Dang it.
It happens.
I was just so caught up on prepping for Berger.
No sign of him yet?
Nope.
Damn.
Like, I was looking for an area where I could run him through before killing him.
Yeah. Beehive, swamp. Killer bee biome, I mean.
I was going to run him through our local rocky forest.
Oh yeah, you're right. I was, for some reason I was thinking run him through and to be able to kill him, but yeah. Actually mine some stuff or chop some trees.
Yep.
Use him. Okay, Transfer says, is Wigfrid hard to play because she only eats meat? A little bit in the start. You have to
If you,
track Qualiphants and kill Beefalo, I suppose, a little bit more than other characters would.
I mean, you could technically just sit in the, what's his name biome? The, Pig King biome. Well, we're the most, not most, deciduous and kill Capcoons over and over and over.
Is that what you usually did?
2 hits to kill them. And they drop a big meat.
Yeah. Once you get crockpots, though, which can be done quite easily by day 8 at the latest, I'd say, then
Yeah.
pretty much all of your hunger concerns are gone, because you can make meatballs and whatnot. Meaty
Yeah.
stew.
Yep. Also, I'm eating our, meaty stews. They're all going bad.
Yeah, my honey ham is going bad down here now, unfortunately. I've got 3 left.
Also, it looks like we're going into winter with a lot of grass again. Oh no, Berger.
Should I come up?
Do you want to come up?
I probably will be shortly, because like I said before, my honey ham is going bad slowly. I'm not sure how far away I am, though, from the exit. I think I'm a long ways away from the exit, wow.
Not good.
Transtor says, your thumbnail is pretty catchy and it caught my eye. Which thumbnail would that be? Was it something recent? I do put a fair amount of effort into them, because once again, that is the cover of your book, so to speak. So if you invest like 3 hours in making a video, invest 10 minutes, 15 minutes in making a good thumbnail for it. But I'm not sure which one it was. I'm falling asleep today because class smartboard was on high brightness and it hurt my eyes. Can you ask them to turn it down? Maybe you'd actually have to wear sunglasses to class. Would they let you do that?
Smartboard's light cannot really be adjusted.
Okay.
If it's a generic smartboard.
Just a CPA says you have an interesting sounding voice. It could be because I've been talking for almost non-stop for a couple of hours at this point. That can make my voice sound a bit different.
I mean, you did take an hour off of speaking.
I was talking to stream and stuff.
No.
Yeah, I kind of like to vent like personal frustrations out loud and whatnot, even if it's to no one in particular, because it feels like the process of articulating my thoughts allows me to collect them better.
Yeah. Also, Berger is no longer growling. I'm worried.
Means he's going to come the day before winter. Oh, that's almost today. Is it possible he spawned and then went to sleep somewhere?
No, he doesn't go to sleep immediately.
Because that one year we had him spawn when I was trying to take out the tentacles that was around Dragonfly. And he ended up just sleeping up there for the rest of the winter and the spring.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about voices, though. I've kind of gotten used to mine.
Wait, what? There's hounds. Hounds came to base. What? Bearger stopped growling, and now there's hounds in base.
Okay, I'm looking for a way out at the moment. The next one I see, I'll be jumping through it.
This hound won't stop attacking. Well, our moleworm farm is destroyed because our because hounds came from the desert.
How many moleworms did they get?
All of them.
None of them had rebuilt?
Nope.
Oh, right, because you need to bundle them.
No, I dug up their homes.
And they never replanted?
Correct. 10 days of no replanting.
Something sounds wrong there.
Well,
What
wait, no,
happened?
there's one mole. One mole survived.
Okay, I'm pretty close to the base.
Yeah, one mole survived. Woohoo.
Ah, win a few, lose a few.
What?
Lost the
The thing
moleworms.
is, I kept attacking him. He wouldn't switch off the aggro on the wall.
How many are left?
One.
I'm further away than I thought I was when I popped back out. Well, I'm planning on going down there for the winter and actually clearing the place out, I guess.
Okay. Why am I always getting all the nice skins now?
You've always seemed to have more than our share, your share of luck when it came to skin drops.
Guess
Maybe
what
Clay
happened
likes you.
once the wall broke. The wall broke and the moleworm just made his home on the outside.
Maybe the pen was too small.
Maybe.
Here you can tame and ride beefalo, is it true?
Correct.
You can. Doesn't mean you necessarily want to.
They're not really...
I ride them to bring the chest, the broken clockwork chest pieces back, but aside from that, I don't usually keep one
terrible.
around as a pet, yeah.
They're terrible, period. No more discussion on the matter.
Are there any other lanterns and stuff around here to be refilled? Because I've... maybe I should just make some more lanterns. I've got 22 light bulbs here that are about to go bad.
Those two are empty.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to make a huge pen for moleworms. Berger!
Okay.
Is he on you?
I don't think so.
Oh, he's over here.
It's a pretty good spot.
Come here, Berger. Run!
Did you, oh, there's... Oh, is this the moleworm farm here? Yeah, that explains why. It is really small.
I thought that they wouldn't need much room to, you know, make a home.
Usually you want as big an area as you can tolerate. Okay,
just
good night,
walking
TranStar. Walking the Barriger?
Yep.
Oh, I see some of them petrified.
Resources?
Yep. I'll make a backpack, and they'll probably accidentally get hit and killed. Knowing my luck with
No, I've been
backpacks.
knocking down the trees. Just pick down the trees I already knocked. Oh, hello.
Right, do you
Also, why do you have the umbrella on, by the way?
It's the only headgear I have.
Oh, what happened to the miner hat?
Oh, you're right. Oops. Let's see here. I'm just getting ready for winter.
No, 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 no! I got sandwiched between trees.
Yeah, Petrified doesn't mess around.
It's like, oh, you thought that you could walk through? No. Petrified trees, you can't.
They're really dangerous. Trying to navigate through
Bearger
them.
can't walk through these. Oh wait, no he can! He was just stuck in between those things for the longest time.
The tombstones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him kind of get stuck in that earlier. But then he just weaseled his way past. Back to Umbrella. You want me to take the walking? Or
No,
you want me
it's
to walk him
fine.
for a while? He killed a butterfly.
Good job, Bearger. You monster!
Getting more niter.
Yeah, this is kind of why I want to walk the Bearger.
Okay. It was really nice that the entire forest turned into petrified trees.
Yeah, they're easier to farm with Bearger.
As opposed to Maxwell, or what?
No, than normal tree farming with Bearger.
Oh, okay.
Since you technically have to have them swipe to knock it down, which can be really annoying.
Right, so you're saying that he can walk over the petrified trees and they'll still yield.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
I wonder why they made that change, though.
Too many people farming trees with the Bearger, I guess.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a strange one to fix, considering there are other bugs that are reported quite frequently that don't get fixed if you take a look at the
I mean,
reports.
it's not a bug. I mean, it would make sense for Bearger to just knock over the tree.
Yeah, it's more of a rebalance. But that's what I mean, right? Instead of focusing on fixing bugs, they're fixing, or they're rebalancing the game.
Yeah. Which
Rebalance is always just a really funny issue with Don't Starve because it's already not at all balanced to begin with.
Yeah.
I suppose this was a decent thing to do for the last couple of days of autumn.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Kill another butterfly.
So I saw. Did you get a start on the grass fence?
Yeah, grass walls are pretty much done, just need a few more. The reason why they're not all the way done is because we keep having people log off with stacks of grass and twigs.
Right.
And I don't want us to be running low on grass and twigs for winter.
Yeah, that's inconvenient. At the moment I'm just picking the logs up. I think I've got pretty much all the stone.
Awesome. I'm amazed he hasn't summoned a tree guard yet.
Yeah, especially at the rate I was summoning them last time I started logging.
I mean, I read on the wiki they have a cooldown, but, well, it doesn't feel like there's a cooldown DST on them.
When was the last time one even spawned on this world?
Tree guard?
Yeah, if there was a cooldown, you'd think it would have been exceeded by now.
I mean, the cooldown from what the wiki said was like 8 days.
Oh, wow.
Well,
For
that's probably for single player.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for how many tree guards? How many tree guards will you get before it starts resetting? Or...
I'm gonna see if I can get Berger to kill these spiders.
Okay, the pig house will probably go down in the process. I'm just gonna take this stuff back to the base because my backpack is full.
Okay.
If you want me to take over, I can. Are you planning on fighting him otherwise if the tree guards don't
No.
spawn?
You know, with my connection, I can't really fight.
Okay. Wait, do we really have that? Oh, there's another chest with some logs in it. Okay. If I prepare for this fight, I probably should have some more dark swords on me.
There's 3 at base.
Okay, I'll pick those up. If I can find them.
They're all
There they
stacked
are.
on top of each other.
Yep. I see them. Oh, I probably should just grab some more grass before I head back.
I wonder why mobs aren't affected by the spider webs. I mean, I understand why spiders aren't.
Is that all mobs?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh my, I had armor on. What? I guess armor does...
Do you have a life-giving?
No.
Okay.
You had all the nightmare fuel, remember?
Yeah. I mean, he's just going after the spiders right now. I can go back and get you a heart. Want me to go and do that?
Sure, if you wanna. I mean, it's night right now anyway, so...
Well, I'm thinking... I know you don't have a lantern, so I'll stay here. I'm thinking get you back up. And then maybe we can get you over there to pick up your stuff before daytime. I'll distract him.
Full moon on 91.
Okay.
But yeah, I had armor on. And I had enough health to survive a hit, but didn't.
Okay, I'm just gonna fight him here for a second. So I probably won't be talking much. Well, I saw that one going bad. Oh. Oops. Started getting more dangerous there. I gotta be careful here. One more hit and I'm probably dead. But he dies first, yes. Okay.
Mine?
Mine? Yeah. I'm actually taking the fur.
I know.
Let's see here.
I was just taking the figure sketch.
Oh, right. Madley says, I really didn't expect this to take so long. Folding laundry is so much fun. I guess I didn't expect to have so much to do tonight.
But yeah, I never got why PSI wanted to move all the fire pits.
Where did you want to put them?
He moved them all over here instead of balancing them out. Heat, cold over here, hot over there. He just lobbed them all together. In the most triggering fashion.
Yeah, I have no idea what he was planning on doing.
He doesn't care about base design, he cares more about survival.
Hey, he's like me. A kindred spirit. I'm not a base designer. Although I did think a series that focused on showcasing different base designs from different players would be interesting.
Sadly, I do not have any in my old worlds anymore.
That's like me for my single player Don't Starve. I lost them all because I didn't play them on Steam at the time.
There's actually a way to transfer the files, though.
I might have to look into that sometime.
If you turn off Steam Cloud, it'll allow you to drag and drop world files for Don't Starve.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I need to get something to eat. Got some spoiled meaty stews here, still good for 100 hunger. Can't say no to that.
100 hunger?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the librarian can't really gets less benefits from them.
Yeah, remember she doesn't like spoiled food?
Oh, I thought she just took sanity damage. It makes no sense why she gets less hunger.
I don't know for sure, but I would suspect that's probably what's happening.
Just doesn't make sense in my opinion. Unless she doesn't eat all of it.
Yeah, that could be.
I'm just making this entire Penamolworm farm.
I have a hibernation vest.
Nice.
Okay, this is just going to be the moleworm farm?
Yep.
Looking good.
It's gonna be a huge one because I'm planning on grabbing a lot of moles.
I think that's for the best.
But the problem is we're going to need to keep eye on Crampi.
But you're not planning on killing them, are you?
No, what I mean is whenever we harvest.
Oh, okay. Like that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so if I go down into the caves like this, I should be fine.
You only got about 14 minutes raising. Also, didn't you want to farm pigs?
Oh, help you farm pigs? Sure. I wouldn't go down there just yet. I'm just thinking about what I will do for winter. I probably... Hello,
Hey,
Madly? Probably beefalo hat plus this, so I have options.
Yeah,
just keep
that
both
way
of
you
them.
could switch between backpack and arm and whatever. I mean, not backpack, chest armor.
Yeah. Let me see here. Oh, Madly, you might want a puffy vest at this point.
We have a bunch of beefalo hats.
Okay, I'm just saying because right now Madly's using the floral vest, but since we're
Yeah.
closing in on winter here, it's not going to. The floral vest is not going to help with that.
It'll actually make them freeze faster.
Yeah. Okay. Where's Chester? I'm going to put my extra armor in him.
Over by the bees, which reminds me they need harvesting.
Okay.
Think
We-
we have enough grass and twigs for winter, or do you think we will need more?
Do you have any growing books?
Yeah, 2.
Maybe we should do just one more harvest.
I'm almost insane, so you're gonna have to.
Oh, you're right. No, it doesn't. It's too late. It's day 1 of winter, so it's too late already.
Dang it. Darn. I actually forgot. Sorry, Raising.
Yeah, you thought we had enough, so it's probably enough. I like this
Yeah,
little
I
gate
mean,
here. It's like an
I-
unofficial entrance into the base.
I made that gate there because bees kept coming around.
Oh, okay.
For some
Uh,
reason, they love to come to the llama from that side, but they don't from this side.
Well, that's one way of fixing it.
So instead of just sealing it off completely, I just made it one way. I mean, like, gateway.
Yeah, I actually might need to go insane and farm more nightmare fuel. I'm running a bit low on it. So that might be what I do next here. Have you ever seen the movie Super Troopers? I don't think so. What is it about? It's possible I have and I just forgot.
Ow, 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 ow. Ow! Have you ever had a cramp in your shoulder that won't go away?
Not necessarily my shoulder, but that happens with my jaw. When I yawn,
Ooh.
especially hard. So I probably have an idea what it feels like. It's an old comedy from the 80s about state troopers. No, I guess I have not seen it then. Oh wow, it's gonna take me a long time to get my sanity all the way down this way.
Ooh.
I wonder.
Raising, you have any light bulbs?
No, they all went bad, and then
Oh.
the ones that didn't, I made lanterns with them.
Oh.
Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get some more shadow loggers and stuff. I think that's the best use of my time while I'm waiting for shadows to spawn.
Raising, you have any idea what needs to be done? Madly wants to know what to do.
Yeah, it has to be something that Madly can handle.
Yeah. Also, Raising, we can't make the base 3x3.
Why is that?
D flies too close.
Oh, wow. It's a bit unexpected.
Yeah, if I make the base up one more, we would have the fly always coming into base.
I see. Madly, I'm gonna be logging some trees. So what you could do is just pick the logs that they drop up. Yeah.
Yeah, since I'm currently busy doing base builder stuff. And trying to raise my sanity back up. Why did those have to be put there? Also, Madly, grab one of the beefalo hats on the ground. They give a lot of insult. That should keep you warm for the rest of the winter. Also, raising, don't get too out of hand. With the
What do you mean?
logging. Full moon.
Oh, okay. Hopefully I'm not too insane to do this yet.
You forgot, didn't you?
Yeah. Did you want me to do it all or what?
Oh, I'll help.
Okay.
I was just asking if you were still planning on helping me.
They're just these pigs right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's untenable.
Okay. It's just that the kiting is weird when they're were-pigs.
Yeah, you have to sort of bait out an attack before you can
No.
hit them.
Every time I tried baiting, they refused to even acknowledge me till I hit them.
Yeah, what I mean by bait is you kind of go in there and give them a hit, but just before you hit, you duck out, and then they'll usually
Yeah.
swing at you.
No, not when I did it.
I could try it again.
Could just be the were-pig I made was dumb.
They will do it when they're going after food. I've noticed.
Oh my! These doors are just in the flingo radius.
Oh, that's a great way to do it.
Yep. So now we don't have to waste a flingo on them.
Yeah. Hadn't thought of that, but when you make the base compact enough, you actually have that overlap, and you can position doors there.
Yep. But here, I'm worrying for how many walls we have. The
Why?
reason why is PSI likes to just sit in base whenever hounds come.
What does he usually use
It's
to
like,
kill
no,
them?
I can have them.
What does he usually use to kill them then?
Spear from what I've seen.
Oh. Wait, what happened to the pigs?
Did someone pick up the seeds?
I think somebody might have picked up the seed. Wait, a bird could have picked it up. That's why I don't use seeds. Use rot.
Dang it!
Yep. I've been there.
Curse you!
Time to go insane.
I'm really tempted to go get more fireflies for the farm.
I'm tempted to dig up some of this forest turf here, so that way when I'm fighting I can actually see what the hell's going on. Is there any reason why you'd want me to keep the forest turf out here?
None. I mean, it just makes the map look nice, but nah, it's fine.
Okay. I might do that
Oh,
sometime.
walrus camps. Should we farm them?
Yeah, I just need the nightmare fuel at the moment.
Okay. I was asking about walruses since people have been complaining about, oh, can I use your camo? Can I use your camo? Can I use your camo?
I tell you what, if you have an ice staff, I'll go there tomorrow. Oh, it's full moon. Okay. I was wondering. So, wow, this is really lasting a long time. The evening.
Raising. Forgets what full moon means.
Hey, it's a very rare event. I don't get to see much of it.
It happens every 10 days. Actually 20.
What, it didn't drop any nightmare fuel?
It teleported right before it died, perhaps. They can do that, and if they don't leave any nightmare fuel somewhere random in the world now.
Okay.
Which I find that kind of bold.
Oops. Wow, got hit twice.
Hit me once, shame on you. Hit me twice, shame on me. Hit you 3 times, you're now free.
It was so nice, they hit me twice. I think that's a Terrorbeak. Yeah, that's a Terrorbeak.
Oh, wow.
Luckily, it's actually... I think I'd rather fight a Terrorbeak when I'm also fighting a tree guard, because it's faster. That was cheating lag right there, I tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Also, I tried configuring my mouse today to be for, to fit more for Don't Starve. Yeah, it wouldn't really work.
What do you mean?
It refused to assign keys.
Huh. I wonder why.
Because it wasn't on their recommended list.
Wait, Don't Starve was a recommended list?
No, my mouse has buttons on the side. You have to go through the Logitech config.
Oh,
It was like, oh, Don't Starve isn't a registered program, so I'm afraid you cannot do that, and blah 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 blah.
yeah, I just keep all of my stuff, Wait, which is the wormhole that we use? I think it's the one in the savannah. No, it's this one. Kill by starvation. Oops. Don't starve.
Did you grab a, what's its name? Ice staff raisin?
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay. And it's a nice one.
No! Gods. How did this happen to me?
Madly, you mind, doing something for me? Since you're a ghost? Come over here and haunt the pig. Like, keep haunting them till one turns into a werepig. Not the one on the coast, please. I don't want the loot to fall in the water. Ghost. Dang it. Dang it. Eh, fuck. Okay, Madly, just come over here. It's too late. It's fine.
Got a tam.
Ooh, nice. Oh, God. But yeah, it's a good thing we're actually farming walruses. We're gonna need them for lazy explorers anyways.
I did not quite plan on that happening right there. I'm down to 6% now. Shadow armor. Let's see if I can do something about this.
There's more shallow armor at base. You want me to bring it?
I just need some healing, actually.
You need healing?
Yep. I made some mistakes. And basically what happened is I had my armor hot swap to the... Never mind.
I get what you're saying.
Come on. No.
What?
Taking way too much damage. I at least have 90%. Here. Yeah, 95% really saves my bacon when taking this much damage.
The bacon saver.
Doesn't save me from cold, though. Need to find a tree to burn.
Donka.
What? Oh, I can't pick up monster meat, yeah. Gotcha.
I kind of like how there's that one random green mushroom base.
What do you use it for?
Emergency sanity.
Ah,
There's that one random mushroom plant base. Emergency sanity. Yes.
well, you might want to come over and pick up some of these drops.
Coming. Hey, someone left a bunny trap. And it would have rabbit in it.
Alive rabbit?
Yes. So what did you need me to pick up raising?
There should be some hound's teeth and stuff, and there's also some goods in Chester that you might want to take back. It depends. Okay, is this the other one that I haven't cleared out?
I think it is the one you cleared out because I got a bunch of loot from around it.
I don't think... Oh, it did clear out 3. Yeah, okay. I've got them all cleared out then. There's a blow dart over here.
Yeah, could you put it in Chester? I'm over here by the other McTusk looking for your loot that you asked me to get.
Okay.
Donka.
Well,
It's
actually,
just-
I put it next to the wormhole.
Okay.
So you can
that's
just drop it
better.
then.
Yeah. Okay, I don't see anything by that. But yeah, racing, I'm more into base design because I find if you have a clean base, it's more efficient.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because you don't have like a million items around the base with no one knowing where anything is. Yeah, I find the only time you ever get, you ever have blow darts in this game is if you're prepping for Toadstool with electric darts, or if you kill a lot of tusks.
Yeah, I've gotten more from McTusk than I have ever built, I think.
The only reason why you should ever make electric darts for Toadstool is because 300 damage as Wolfgang. Do you think that's a bit overkill?
It's Wolfgang, nothing's overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was making some honey ham here. If you're wondering what's going on.
Okay. Here, racing, have the meat.
Okay. It'd be great if I could actually make some freaking food here. Without all these things getting after me, okay.
Racing here.
What is it?
Give it.
Oh, thanks. Hopefully
Yeah, I
my...
killed a not a terror, a crawling horde. I was gonna go after you. I decide 2 was too much for you to handle at that current moment.
Yeah, my health is a little bit low. If I took some unfortunate hits, that would be the end of me.
Yeah, now you see why I helped. Well, time to snap this rabbit's neck.
Let's see here. Fake Z Lou says, I think Maxwell is S rank. Is that like ranking they do in Sonic?
I don't know. A lot of games use that ranking system, though.
That's just where I'm familiar with it from.
Well, we have a spare Tamo. Oh, I know what they should add to this game. An armor rack.
How would it be different from like a chest?
It's only exclusively to armor, and it can probably hold what it would be a display case, sort of, maybe. That way you can automatically grab an armor off of it without, like, what armor is this? What armor is in here? Blah, 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 blah.
So it would show it? Or...
On the outside, like, the armor rack would hold a head slot and a chest slot.
Oh, like that. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
That's
That
an
way you
interesting
walk
idea.
That way you walk up to it and just pull off the armor. It'll be a neat little visual thing. Also, I was having an idea earlier. I make a chest with boss, items to fight a boss. And I label it with a sign.
That's sort of like my list idea. What are you doing, Maxwell? Oh, they're after Madly. That's what happened.
I'm putting your bacon and eggs in an ice box.
Thanks. Wait, I had bacon and eggs? I thought I was making honey ham.
That's what I meant. Like,
Oh, okay.
my brain was like, bacon and eggs is on the brain.
The Abbey has arrived.
Ooh. So what are you doing now, Rachel?
Fighting shadow creatures.
Oh. So this is what you're using your 30 minutes leeway on?
I guess.
Okay.
Why, should I use it for something else?
No, I was just asking.
Well, let's see here. I have 11 Nightmare Fuel at the moment. I'd like to have more than that. And I'm also logging trees at the same time, so it's like 2 in 1. 2 for the price of 1. Oh. We have tree yards. Right when night begins, apparently, too. That can make things a bit tricky.
I just had a dumb idea.
How
Every
dumb.
ti- When you do the moonstone event, then you uncraft moon color staff, you can make another moonstone. Like it drops the blueprint for the moonstone. And that's what the opal gem is for.
Yeah, it's probably for the best level fighter here as well. Yeah, it's 1 down. Yep. I need another sword. Here we go.
Yeah, it was.
I hate it when Max like fakes an attack. It's like he tries to make an attack, but he doesn't actually do it.
It's with every character. Just some more than others because speed.
I think it has more to do with the latency that I have. Sometimes it's just worse than other times.
Earlier I fixed the arm on my chair.
What kind of chair is it?
It's a chair with the, where you can pull the handles back. The bolt on the arm can use. Because faulty washers. Because they're customly fitted for the bolts that they use, I can't really change them.
Yeah. It really bums me out that the tree guard has the exact same walking pattern as the shadow. Yeah, because you just can't get them away to fight, you know?
Oh dear. Looks
Oh
like
my
I'm
god!
gonna be-
I actually
What?
died. Holy crap. I was not paying attention. Can you save me?
I have to pick grass. We're out telltales.
Oh wow.
And I made 20 of them yesterday.
What? I died more than I should have today. As soon as you revive me, then I'll...
Oh, by the way, I figured out a use for grass geckos.
I can't
They
imagine what...
they still grow grass in winter.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So would twiggy trees, wouldn't they?
Maybe. I mean, if grass geckos didn't burn, I would be actually okay with them too.
You wish you could play as a Glamor? I
Just
guess it's
sit
better
at-
than Chester.
Just sit at base and bounce around.
And be happy.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy.
I wonder how fast I'm gonna freeze to death here. Question is, do you think I'll be able to get there in time?
What? Why else am I making? Why else did I go insane and making more hearts?
No, I mean, because I don't have any... Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's why I'm going insane and making more hearts.
I even had a honey ham on me. Damn. That's yours, Madly. Oh, that's what killed me. I ran out of armor. All is revealed now. Wait, Chester has more armor, don't you, Chester? Yep. There we go. Okay.
Well, I'm used up 8 Glommer goop.
Okay.
Just for making respawns for you guys.
Imagine you need some sanity, huh?
I only have 2.
Do you want to wait a bit before we log off so you can get it back under control, or are you okay with logging
Yeah.
off?
Would you really want to come back when insane?
I hope you get some green mushrooms here.
Hello, green mushroom.
Here are 2. Oh, that's the reason I'm losing so much sanity.
Knight armor.
Yeah. I guess I've not learned a lesson, apparently. Get them out of their knight armor, though. That seems to happen
By
to me
the
a
way-
lot.
Every time I kill a shadow creature, I only gain 10 sanity back.
Is that not good?
I lose more sanity while fighting them.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I'm breaking even. It's fine.
I get cactus for you instead.
No, remember we had green mushrooms in base?
Oh, do you have
Okay,
enough?
I'm no longer insane.
Alright, then I'm gonna save it here. Huh. Oh wait, is that thing after me? No,
Maybe,
okay.
maybe not. But yeah, I made a lot more respawns.
It's probably the best.
I made 9 more.
That should last us maybe one season.
Half
hard
a
to
day
say.
since we used 20 today. Actually 22,
Yeah.
which is kind of disappointing.
I think I'm still getting the hang of Maxwell because other characters are a lot more forgiving when you lose your armor. You can usually take a hit and you realize it, but it's like Maxwell, if you lose the armor, the next hit is your death. And that's something I'm not quite used to. Yeah, so thanks for playing. Have a good night.
Hope you